So Kathleen, thanks for talking to me today. Let's start off with you telling me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a student and a freelance designer. I also work with Taza Chocolate exclusively, doing all their illustration and design, and that keeps me busy.
Fantastic. So you spend a lot of time going from here to there, classes, work,
Yep.
projects.
Everywhere, supermarket, errands. My folks' house, yesterday I took my bike to the train to the dentist on the South Shore from Boston, so I go everywhere on bicycle.
Fantastic. So how many miles per week about?
I would say roughly 60.
Now, to be a successful bike commuter in Boston, do you need any special equipment for this? Any special kind of bike?
No, I think it's whatever suits your style.
Okay, so what suits your style?
Well, I have 4 bicycles, but my commuting bike is a 3-speed Raleigh circa 1960. It's really heavy, it's steel, and it has a basket, which is key for me in the front. And fenders.
Great. And yeah, so you got a basket, and that carries some of your stuff. Do you carry a bag? Anything else?
I do. I carry a waterproof backpack for my computer, and that's on my back. And I pretty much just put that in there to keep the weight off my back.
Great. So, so do you find it to be important to have showers where you turn up?
Me personally, no. It depends on the summer. That would be really nice, but I'm used to roughing it and being a little stinky.
I think that people can be concerned about showing up to work sweaty and
Right.
dirty, but that doesn't need to be a real primary concern for people, does it?
No, I think you learn how to regulate your temperature depending on the day and the weather. So, and sometimes I bring a change of clothes, but I try to keep it pretty simple.
Okay, so what happens when the weather isn't particularly cycling friendly?
You just kind of deal with it. You get used to it over time. You know, on rainy days, you might wear a raincoat and bring a change of pants. You just figure it out. And sometimes I will leave earlier if I know there's bad weather coming. And overall, in Boston, I find the weather is easy to navigate. You just figure it out and work it out.
And you'll ride in almost any temperature as well, won't you?
I ride year-round. I'd say the weather, like temperature-wise, doesn't bother me. If it's really windy, I might use more caution, and if the roads are super icy.
So Boston, you know, I know a lot of people drive around Boston. Boston also has a pretty good public transportation system. Why do you commute by bike, and what do you like about it?
I commute by bike because I like to get places when I want to. I like to get to places when I want to get there, and I find I have a little more control on reaching my destination on bicycle versus train or bus or car even.
Okay, surely commuting by bike has some challenges as well. Tell us about some of those.
Some challenges can be locking up, where to lock up, especially in Boston, especially downtown Boston.
So where do you lock?
Sometimes the worst places I'll lock is to metal trash bin, like in Harvard Square or something like that. But I usually try to lock to a bike rack if there's one available, or to meters. Other challenges are obviously getting doored. That's every biker's biggest fear, or getting cut off at an intersection.
So
And
are there,
pedestrians.
yeah, are there techniques that you can use to try to stay out of the way of doors and getting run down?
Well, one thing I do is I ride a 3-speed because it's slower, and I'm upright, and I feel like I can see more, and I don't think speed is key in the city. I think speed is kind of scary. So I listen. I think my ears are pretty key in riding, and I'm just kind of always thinking one step ahead.
Great.
Awareness is key, and experience.
Yeah, so experience is really important. I agree with that. Now, what sort of advice can you offer to somebody who would like to start commuting by bike but might be a little concerned about safety or showers or equipment or anything?
Well, everyone needs to start somewhere, and I did too. So I think it's just be aware and use caution. Take your time. If you're just starting out, give yourself a little more time to get somewhere. Look for drivers in cars, but to open their doors. Use bike lanes lanes whenever possible. So figuring out routes is pretty key, where there's minimal traffic and stuff like that. But basically, just kind of go with the flow. Maybe ride with experienced riders and get their advice.